The wizard drifted back to 1976, a year that refused to be only one thing. It was a year of acquisition and release. A beautiful house on a lake, water calm enough to mirror the sky. A marriage entered with hope and history, and then, quietly, a beginning of separation. One business lost. Another begun. Days of purpose braided with nights of uncertainty. Life didn't explain itself. It presented itself. He remembered how the emotions came in waves. Bliss that felt earned, desperation that felt instructional. None of it was wasted. All of it counted. The marriage, short in name, longer in love, didn't fail so much as transform. They had been family before the ceremony and would remain so after. The ending wasn't violent. It was instructive. Love, he learned, could change form without disappearing. And then came the road. Not exile. Not escape. A calling. He set out because something within him asked to be tested by motion. He traveled to places where economy was thin and spirit was thick, where questions were valued more than answers. At the same time, he found himself anchored to a church community, appointed as a lay preacher, trusted to hold a room with words. One Sunday, he was invited to give a short sermon. He didn't bring thunder. He brought a question. The sermon no one agreed on. He spoke of redemption, not as transaction, but as alignment. Of forgiveness, not as forgetting, but as correction. Of repentance, not as shame, but as truth-telling. And then he asked what many were thinking but few would say aloud: what is truth? If the universe were a great hologram, creation and dissolution braided like the yin and the yang, then perhaps error wasn't evil. Perhaps error was misalignment. A syntax error in the code of being. And if so, he wondered aloud, could even the deepest disorder be healed? Could what we call the devil, or fallen angels, or any node of rebellion, if it truly recognized its untruths, if it sought alignment with love, be restored? He offered his answer gently. If repentance is real, if truth is chosen over distortion, then the creative source would not reject correction. The universe does not trap those who learn. The great ledger balances not by punishment, but by return. He spoke of a cosmic blockchain, not of money, but of meaning, where corrected entries rejoin the flow, where ascent resumes when distortion dissolves. Silence followed. Then division. Half the congregation recoiled, whispering blasphemy as if it were a reflex. The other half stood, applauding with relief, as if someone had opened a window in a long-closed room. The wizard felt both currents pass through him. Judgment and gratitude. Fear and hope. Ascent and descent, touching at a point no one wanted to name. The pull of opposites. He left the pulpit knowing something essential. Truth doesn't belong to one side of the room. Light doesn't fear inspection. Love doesn't require consensus. He felt the pull of both energies, the pushback and the embrace, and recognized them as necessary. The universe, after all, evolved through tension. But it healed through integration. That night, by the lake, he watched the water accept moonlight without argument. Reflection didn't diminish the source. It extended it. A prayer without walls. Years later, now, he carried that memory like a warm stone in his pocket. The lesson hadn't aged. If anything, it had matured. He whispered a prayer without doctrine, without walls. May those who wander find truth. May those who err find correction without cruelty. May those who fell remember the way home. May light and shadow reconcile without annihilation. May forgiveness be the highest technology. He believed, still, That if any soul, human or otherwise, truly sought alignment, the universe would respond. Not with erasure, but with return. Because ascension wasn't escape. It was honesty perfected. And the door, he knew this now, had never been locked. God bless. Global Robotics Corporation. Robert Coley.